You don't really want me to review this, do you? What's going on, guys? It's Cimo, and today we're going to be reviewing the overpriced shit biscuit known as the Yu-Gi-Oh! 2018 Advent Calendar. Now, why do I say that? Because that seems a bit harsh, doesn't it? Well, if you look at all of the cards contained within this product, at the price point that you're paying for it, it is just completely outrageous that anyone on this planet would pay for something like this, and that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. I wanted to bring to you a review of everything that's in this product, essentially why this is so terrible and what they could have done better to maybe improve it in the future, and also give you guys some recommendations for how you could spend the $20 that you have to pay for this in much better ways if you're looking to get a gift for someone who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your son or daughter, maybe it's your mother or father, whatever it is. I just want to help you guys get the most bang for your buck rather than overpaying for this piece of shit. So before we get into it, let's go ahead and start with what's in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 2018 Advent Calendar. The 2018 Yu-Gi-Oh! Advent Calendar contains the following cards: Ceremonial Bell, Box of Friends, Ghost Trick Jack Frost, Ghost Trick Yeti, Ice Queen, Tualatin, Firecracker, Snowman Eater, Wind Up Rabbit, Mystical Fairy Alfuria, Number 82 Heartland Draco, Santa Claus, Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys, Cockadoodle-Doo, Token Festival, Gift Exchange, Lone Fire Blossom, Hoshinigan, Valerie Fawn, Toy Magician, Baguska, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, Hey Trunade, and Oh Token Bomb. So when you look at it all together, you're getting a total of 17 super rare cards and 7 ultra rares. So you're paying essentially $20 for 24 cards. So that's kind of around $1 per card. But the big issue here to start off with is that 90% of the cards in this advent calendar are absolutely terrible. Like, in my opinion, the only cards in here that are really that good are Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries and Hey Trunade. And, you know, there's a couple others that are, like, fine, but for the most part, they kind of just stuck to making this more holiday themed. Like, you can tell they have stuff like Santa Claus, which is fitting. I mean, I guess you can put Santa Claus in this and that's totally fine. I mean, there's other stuff like Snowman Eater. They kind of just tried to figure out any winter or Christmas holiday themed cards that they could. Ceremonial Bell, I know there's like a bell in traditional advent calendars, so, you know, they're kind of trying to pay homage to that. But, you know, this is why I hate the holidays, though, because they have the excuse, or they try to justify selling you overpriced garbage just because it's Christmas themed or because it's the holidays, and they think that people are going to overpay for something because they're trying to, like, make someone else happy. I think that's just completely greedy and unacceptable, but that's just my own personal view on it. Now, the thing is, when we're looking at this product, what could they have done better? Like, who is this product for? So, obviously, you know, this isn't a product that's going to be tailored to the competitive audience. Like, there's no way this is going to be a competitively tuned product, but, you know, that doesn't mean it couldn't be. I mean, this is something that you're gonna get for maybe, like, 8-year-old Cimo, right? You know, someone who really loves Yu-Gi-Oh! And they're a child, they still love opening advent calendars. I mean, I love opening advent calendars, but, you know, I'd rather have chocolate than the cards that are in this product, because I feel like that's going to give me a lot more joy than the disappointment that I'm going to have opening the doors of this advent calendar. Now, the thing is, though, going back to my original point of why this can't be a competitive product, well, the thing is, why couldn't they put good cards in this product? Now, I'm not saying that there's going to be, like, infinite impermanence in here. I'm not saying there's going to be Sky Striker Engage. There's not going to be Thunder Dragon Colossus. I don't want them to put $90 reprints in this product, nor do I expect them to, because that would just be completely unrealistic to think. But what would be wrong if they put, like, good generic staple cards in here that actually, when totaled up, actually added to, you know, at or even above MSRP. Remember, you're paying $20 for this product, but if you total up all the cards that are in here, you're only looking at maybe like $5 or $6 if you're getting them in their lowest rarity. So that's kind of, you know, you're exchanging $20 for $6. I don't really feel like that's a good trade-off, which means you're paying what? $13 to $14 for an oversized piece of cardboard with fucking Jack Frost on the front? Like, whoopee, right? You know, it doesn't really make sense. Why not put cards that, you know, could make sense going into this product, that kids would be excited to open up? Maybe they're cards that aren't necessarily hard to acquire, but cards that are just really good. Like, why couldn't they throw Regeki in here? I know Regeki's still like kind of an expensive card, and it's not exactly a Christmas theme card, but again, it's a very solid card. It's not like the most expensive card, but it'd be a cool way to kind of incorporate nice reprints into a product that kids would just absolutely love to open, especially on the days leading up to Christmas. You know, they could throw other common staples in here too, like maybe some sort of floodgate cards, or maybe some sort of just good hand traps. Like, Effect Veiler could have gone in here. I mean, that's, you know, if it's like white, so it's kind of like wintry Christmas themed, I don't know, that might have made some sense, but they could have just put some other really decent cards in here overall, and I think they really missed an opportunity to do so. Another thing they could have done is, what about if they did exclusive cards? So rather than necessarily cards that are very powerful, what if they did cards that were like Christmas or winter inspired alternate artworks of some of the most famous cards in the game? Like, what if there was a Christmas inspired Dark Magician or a Christmas inspired Blue Eyes White Dragon? I don't really know what that would look like if you put a Santa hat on a Blue Eyes, but again, having that sort of exclusivity gives this product a sort of appeal, not only just to the younger audience or the more casual audience, but also to the collector audience, because then there's this alternate art of a card a lot of people are huge fans of, especially those who are very nostalgic to the original anime, and then people are going to want that just because, you know, it's kind of this nice little thing that never really existed before. I don't know, I think that would be a really interesting way to kind of market this product if you had, let's say, 12 or 24 alternate arts, or like winter themed or Christmas inspired card arts of original cards, and that's what you were getting out of here. I think that just adds a much wider appeal and makes it, you know, a lot better than the current offerings they have inside. But I think the best solution I have to this, and I really hope Konami takes note of this for the future, is what if they had a card pool of, let's say, 50 to 75 cards that you could obtain in this advent calendar, but it's completely randomized as to which ones you were going to get. So then that way, let's say you and a friend decide to both get these advent calendars, or let's say, you know, you have a younger brother or younger sister and you decide to get one for yourself and one for them. I think it's a lot more exciting that you don't know what's going to be in each other's advent calendars, because 8-year-old Cimo could see, oh, I got the 2018 advent calendar, and then you could just go on YouTube, type in 2018 advent calendar, and guess what? You're gonna know exactly what card you're gonna get on every single day, and that kind of ruins the fun, right? That's kind of like if you open your presents early on Christmas or kind of try to sneak a peek at what you might get. But imagine if there's this randomized pool of cards so that no two advent calendars are actually the same. So then that way, you and your friend or you and your sibling are pulling different cards, and it makes it a lot more exciting because, yeah, you might know what the entire pool of cards is, because that wouldn't be too hard to figure out, but then there doesn't remove that element of suspense or that element of surprise, and you're kind of incentivized to go back each day to open it, because then you know, oh, I don't know what I'm actually going to get this day. Whereas currently, because the order is still the same, you know exactly what you're going to get on every single day, right? So I think it'd be kind of cool and make it a lot more exciting for the audience who would want to buy this product if they actually just kind of incorporated some sort of randomization, especially if the card quality is much higher than what's currently being offered. But this is going to bring us to the end of the video, and I wanted to discuss what you should purchase instead of buying this overpriced product, because $20 is not a lot of money. It may be to some people, but in terms of playing Yu-Gi-Oh, it's not that much. But there's a lot better things that you could buy and get a lot more bang for your buck. Remember, you're paying $20 for 24 cards and a giant piece of cardboard. What if you were able to take that and buy, I don't know, 2 copies of the newest structure deck? I mean, they're only about $10 a piece at your local game store. Maybe if you go to Target or Walmart, they might be a little bit more, like 11 or 12, depending on where you live. But getting 2 structure decks is a lot better than paying for this advent calendar, because you either have 2 decks that maybe you and a friend could play with, or, you know, you could basically make 1 deck out of both of those decks, and you're getting about 80, you know, plus cards for the price of that, rather than just getting 24 cards that basically can't do anything together. you can also get something like the Legendary Hero decks. Now, I know the Legendary Hero decks are $30, so the price point's a little bit higher, but the amount of value you're getting out of a product like that far exceeds what you would be getting out of the 2018 Advent Calendar. You're getting 3 decks that are playable essentially right out of the product, and what's nice about this, if you have, your siblings, your family, your friends, whatever, you basically can pick and choose which decks you want to play against one another, or you can take all of the best cards from these 3 decks, build something that's, semi-playable, and actually have something pretty good and something a lot of fun that you're going to get a lot more enjoyment from than the contents within the 2018 Advent Calendar. One of the big appeals of the Advent Calendar is the fact that one of the cards I mentioned prior, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, is actually a somewhat in-demand competitive card, and while it's not that expensive, it's about $3 a copy at the time of recording this video, you know what you could buy instead of buying the Advent Calendar? 3 copies of Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, which is something that, especially if you're a casual, maybe leaning into the competitive scene, or maybe you're a much more competitive player, just buy them the playset of Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries off the internet, and they're going to be much happier with that because that's a card that is very powerful, sometimes just an incredibly good card depending on the circumstances. Hell, you could buy 6 copies of Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. That only equates to $18, so you'd still have $1 and some change left over to go buy some candy to go along with your 6 copies of Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. There's so many more possibilities in terms of kind of acquiring a good present for someone who really loves Yu-Gi-Oh! That in your life, that I really just wanted to bring you guys this video to tell you, don't buy the Advent Calendar. It's such a waste. There's so many ways you could better spend your money. I'm not trying to be a Scrooge, and I don't hate Christmas in any way, but I just want to help you guys spend the money to the best of your ability and find something that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Lover in your life is really going to enjoy. But guys, those are just my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the 2018 Yu-Gi-Oh! Advent Calendar and any other suggestions you might have for anyone looking to get presents for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Lover in their life. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. So guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. And if you found this video helpful, then consider supporting me on Patreon or becoming a YouTube channel member, because just by showing your support in any way that you can, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.